Okay, welcome fellow mobile gaming fanatics on MyTyme. This is MyNBA2k16 and I'm pretty annoyed at the moment because I was meant to do this video a number of hours ago, about 3 hours ago. There's been network issues, maintenance issues. It's been on MyNBA, it's been on WWE as well. I'm not too sure about NHL because NHL was working fine and I hadn't been on it for a while. I didn't try it in between this period, but as you can see up here on the screen, there's a Road to the Championship flash event. And guess what? I have been kind of screwed over in it now. Now, when these errors came into place, it was obviously on Jabari Parker, as you can see here. There was, I think it was 8 or 9, it might have been 8 hours and something left, or 9 hours something, probably 8.5 hours left, actually thinking of it now, of the event. They've obviously, it might be 9.5, 1 or 2, but they've obviously extended the event now to counteract those issues that they have received for the last 2 to 3 hours. It was closer to 3 from my end, but obviously I wasn't counting. And great. So those 3 hours that I could have played have now meant that it is kind of 3:30 a.m. in the morning. It's kind of the time now that I will be going to sleep. So I've managed to miss the bulk of my playing time, and that equates to probably 15 to 20 games I could have played. And that would have at least cleared these 2 cards, and hopefully I'd have cleared the epic card as well. So really bummed about that. As you can see here, I was going to go for, wasn't too worried about the Chris Mullin. I was going to go for the James Worthy and the Jeremy Lin if I could get it. Now I'm not too sure. It's going to depend if I'm what time I'm going to wake up, all these kind of things, because obviously, and I don't want to put any money into this. The idea is not to put any RP or credits into it unless I really had to, because I was so close to getting the card and I was just going to miss out. However, to give you guys a little bit of a tip, any of you who maybe have, should we say, benefited from this, because it's going to make the event a bit more friendly in terms of time, in terms of the time that the event runs for you. Let me show you something that's happened here. There has been an update, well, not an update, but a change. Now 4 draft picks are awarded for watching the ads as opposed to 2. So the biggest tip I can give you if you're going to do this game is that while you're waiting for your game nights to refill, playing a game night, you wait 15 minutes for it to refill. If you're not going to spend any money or RP to replenish them, you have no choice but to wait. So you can play all these 5 game nights in about 15 minutes anyway, and then you still have to wait another hour for them all to refill if that was your strategy, to play them all in one go and then come back an hour later and play them again. So you might as well take the time to watch the ads. Yes, they're boring. It's an extra 30 seconds. It's an extra 4 picks. That gives you an extra 20 picks for every full set of game nights you've got, which gives you 20 extra chances to pull those hot streaks. And if you want to get this done for free, you want as many hot streaks as possible. So watch those ads. Yes, they're annoying. Yes, they've obviously changed it from 2 picks to 4 picks because not enough people, there wasn't enough traffic going through. It wasn't tempting enough for people to watch the ads and get those picks. Now it is more tempting, both in exhibition and especially in these Road to the Championships. Whether it's in this flash event or in the normal one, it is now becoming more of a viable option to watch those ads. But the main focus on this was going to be the Road to Championship, the cards and everything, and you know how good Jeremy Lin is that it is compared to some of the other cards, and a bit of other talking. It's also messed up my season, as you can see here, which I'm going to have to come and rectify very soon because I've been unable to energize or do anything. And yeah, I decided I'm just going to cut this out here instead, because something else just happened again just before all this happened. Literally one of the last 2 games, I get this pull, boom, playoff reset, Tim Duncan, and I have been informed that I did a disservice to Draymond Green, because apparently he is one of the better cards in the tier. Yes, playing for Golden State, I kind of thought he wouldn't be like the worst card, given the reputation as being arguably the best team in the league, but still I just thought there was a lot more people who were going to be, should we say, more desirable faces, and this is one man, Tim Duncan from the Spurs. So to get Tim Duncan, pretty pumped about, as you can see from his stats, from the specialization. I've got it in the offense, which is good for me. Obviously, you know, you can't do anything about that. You just have to take it. So could be worse. Not too upset. you know, the best thing about the card, and it's not so much getting Tim Duncan. Okay, getting Tim Duncan is nice, but it could be within reason anyone who has the dual position. You know, to get it for my first card with Draymond Green was amazing. Obviously, I've got just the centre with the Parish from the reward, and boom, now I've got Tim Duncan, got the power forward and the centre role. It's another dual position. It's another good card to have, not just so much for exhibition where you've got a lot more freedom and choice of what card you want to use, but for those road to the championships where he can play in two positions and still get that boost for playing in position. So it gives you a lot more flexibility and a lot more options when it comes to running those strategies to try and get as far as you can in the events. So really pumped about that. Would I use my wild card on Tim Duncan? Well, I mean, let's just come along to Jeremy Lin. As you can see here, it's the point guard position. You don't know where the specialisation is going to fall. Obviously, if you're lucky, it'll fall in playmaking or he's offense. If you're unlucky, you're going to get stuck on rebound. I'd use it on Duncan instead because he's a dual position at the moment, even though that is a foul. And I'm almost tempted to use it on Duncan over Parish as well. In terms of like the card because of that dual position. However, what is likely to happen is I will try to purchase a Tim Duncan from the auction house if one comes up fairly cheap, and I will probably use the wild card that I got from the board recently on Parish himself, because obviously to get this card is going to be a lot harder. I need to rely on it on from rewards or something, and it's technically a stronger base card than Tim Duncan. So pretty stoked about that. To get another playoff card, it's really good. It's going to help me build in the seasons, help me potentially get a few more rewards and get a few more playoff pros before the end of the game. Well, thank you for watching, people. Let me know if you were affected as well by this, or if it's only just some of us or some areas, some regions. I don't know. I'm going to guess it's a global thing, or at least on whatever network that us guys in Europe are on. Maybe some of you guys out there didn't have the same problems, and you've been able to still access the event as normal. I don't think so, because they have obviously rolled back the clock on the Flash event to give us a bit more time. But let's see. Anyway, I'm definitely going to end up sleeping through this, I know. Well, thank you for watching, people. I'm going to shoot off now, try and get some sleep and see if I can actually get any decent reward from this event to bring to you in the next day or so. Good luck to you guys. Hope you get a bit of luck as well. On all the downside of all this network error, I've had two good pulls in 2 games, literally back to back within minutes of each other. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Maybe that was the glitch. Maybe there was a glitch in the game and they realised it straight away and took it offline and brought it back up. Because let me know if any of you just before this happened to get your top tier pull. I'd be really super interested to hear, because is it coincidence? I don't know. I don't think so. I think something went on here, and we might hear about it in the near future. So let me know again if you were playing like me, just before the game went down and went offline, if you managed to get a top tier pull. I've been MyTyme. Thank you for watching. Peace out. See you all soon.